Welcome back to Rose Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be giving a quick update on Naked Bank Group, going with the ticker NAKD. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into this one. So, to start with Naked Bank Groups, previously this one was in a lot of trouble. And interesting things happened this week that really can make things better for this company. It can completely change this company's future. Now, I've gone through tens of videos. I think somewhere around 15 or 16 videos regarding their brands, their everything between, their SEC filings. And this was one of these companies that were heavily in trouble, and I'll show you why. And then they basically announced on January 21st that they're effectively moving the business, effectively accelerating their existence e-commerce platform. They're basically pumping a lot of money into it, building a dominant e-commerce leader focused on intimate apparel market, leveraging growth in through M&A, investing in existing fast-growing e-commerce operations, divesting unprofitable brick-and-mortar operations through the sale of Bendon subsidiaries to deliver strong balance sheet and access capital markets to execute e-commerce growth strategy. So initially, what the entire thing they want to do is shed off any or most of the brick-and-mortar kind of part of it that is not profitable and switch that to fully e-commerce instead. But not fully, but I mean the parts that they're selling off, they're making a lot of changes. And then the short squeeze happens with GME. Now, here's the funny thing with this one, before I go to how they're benefiting out of it. Now, on the short float on Finviz, it says 75.12. I'm not sure how accurate that is. It could be accurate, but if you were to go on the last day, it's 15th. So this is a little bit outdated on the short interest. And then if I was to go to Market Beat, it shows 32.70%. But again, last recorded date on January 15th, 2021. And on short squeeze, I usually trust this one the most. And NAKD here is around 32.70. So it's very much still off the same numbers, and I'm not sure if it's reported on a delay because I think that is from January 15th. Yet this one says from the day before or from the prior, it's 196% increase. So I'm unsure. It could be 75, it could be 32. Nonetheless, if it is 75, it really threw that into a short squeeze, going on from something like 35 cents all the way to 338 and back down to 108 with a little bit of holding their buys. So it's a little bit of a tug war right now. But Naked Bank Groups saw that, and they were not going to go without a fight. And they just went on and said, all right, you guys are short squeezing us. Cool, amazing. We're valued a bit more. It's about time we make an offering. A $50 million offering at $1.70 per share, or approximately $50 million in net. And it's closing on February 1st, 2021, which is on Monday. And so we're going to do it while the short squeeze is going. You know what? This is smart, because right here, if you go on through the statistics, price over book is 3, so it's still a bit overpriced in the current market, but it's not that much overpriced. It's a company in trouble, but they're really moving fast, and they use the short squeeze for their favor. And if you were to look, let's say, at the balance sheets, and you go down to their quarter results, you get to see their total cash is only 18 million. Meanwhile, their total liability is 91. Add 18 to 50, you got $58 million, selling off some of the brick and mortar unprofitable ones. They're gonna go out of debt. They're gonna pay off their debt, and things become a lot better for them. And that is something very interesting. Now, I know this is all the way from mid-month, so if we were to go back and see some of the offerings, I do know that they did have some plans about offerings. For instance, they did have some agreements signed all the way back. Okay, so there was $10.5 million accredited. But anyway, they are still raising a lot of money just for this purpose. And, it is something smart that they're doing. They're not just watching it. They're making use out of it. Institutional buyers seem to be at a sit still. Nothing seems to be happening there. Even insider buyers, nothing since 2017. Now, we got to go towards the technical analysis point because we got to understand the psychology behind some of these trades. So on a 1 week perspective, this really doesn't matter. This was fueled by merely a short squeeze in general. But the way it's playing, it's actually playing nicely. Now, of course, on a 1 day, things are going to start looking bullish. You got 75 to 54 as your trading action zone where positive reversals are likely. but 2 hours is where we're interested in. We get to see that in general, it's still trading in the trading action zone. And you know, when I say, well, okay, if some things get pumped on a short squeeze and then get basically adjusted towards, let's say, the half pump ratio or something, or a half meme, well, it's still, short ratio is still a little bit high, 30 something. The flow is not as low as some of the other ones. So will this go to 200? I doubt it, but nothing is impossible. Trading action zone is between $70 and $41. As soon as it starts breaking through that 30 EMA, the red line, that's where you start seeing things in trouble. So far, it hasn't, although everything pinpoints to a possible pullback here or accumulation in this period. And you know, accumulating above dollars, not bad at all for Naked Brand Group. And if you were an investor, then, you know, you honestly, this is nothing short of a miracle for Naked Brand Group. It's that in the right time, in the right place, with a high short interest, got a short squeeze to raise $50 million at lower dilution rate, and possibly even gaining compliance, because guess what? You're a day 1, 2, 3 out of 10 to reach compliance. They might not even need to do a reverse split. But volumes have been dying slowly and slowly. It's not a bad thing because it's stabilizing here while the volumes are dying, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both showing perhaps an accumulation at this period, and that's something alright. Now, Fibonacci retracement shows significant support levels at $1.34, 86 cents, and 7 cents. Significant resistances at $1.74, $2.13, $2.69, and $3.40. Now, the next thing we're looking at is just in the last few days. Well, that is a different stock. There we go. We're going to go on to a 1 hour rate. And we're going to try to identify significant points of resistance and support. We get to see there is a significant support line sitting at $1.53. Below there, $1.39. Below there, $1.22. Below there, we're looking at $1.97. Below there, we're looking at $2.10. Below there, we're looking at $2.32, $2.40, $2.67, $2.83, and $3.07. Significant resistance supports. Well, you'll have to go all the way back. So you're not even talking about this range. We're talking about not even 3 months. Pull it even all further. There we go. $1.63 going down to that $1.30 range, then to the $1.18, to the 99 cents, to the 84. So this is kind of a sense of what I'm looking for. Now, in general, investing wise, you know what? This one might actually have a chance. Although I'm not liking where it is standing right now. It feels a little bit nervous. I need it to accumulate to kind of know that it's going to hold this value here. Now, trading-wise, can you catch another short squeeze? Remember, the flow is big on this one. A short squeeze could be possible if, in fact, the short interest is around 75. Now, if it's around 30, a short squeeze is a lot less likely. And that is a fact. Now, generally speaking, I would like to basically say that this company might actually have a future. My previous grim kind of basically forecast that this one is in a lot of trouble and their only hope is a buyout. I think that's changing and they proved me wrong in that. And I gotta admit, if they actually pull up the e-commerce stuff, they might be profitable for once. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.